Welcome back once again, guys. So we've been hearing a lot concerning this billionaire pastor in the United Kingdom, Pastor Tobi Adegboyega. Don't forget that we updated you concerning the judgment concluded on his matter that he will be deported to Nigeria due to overstaying his visa since 2015 and also his mismanagement of 1 point something million pounds in the UK, and they resorted to deporting him. But contrary to what we're hearing on the news, he's now saying a different thing, that it is not going to hold water. In fact, I will say that he has taken the savior of the masses in the UK. He said that he has achieved a whole lot, and that his impact in the society has saved a lot of souls. If not, a lot of people would be carrying knives and be, doing a lot of crimes in the street. When this disclosure happened, when they interviewed him on Channels Television by one of the hosts there, Sheun Okimbade. Let us listen to him so you hear from the horse's mouth the latest update concerning his deportation news as it stands. Let's see if the UK will succeed. But they said that the court has ruled. So why is it still a case study here? Why is he still delaying, or why is he still this way? Maybe he has filed appeals and the deportation order is no longer going to hold water. Let's hear.
Your character and the manner in which you portray yourself, luxury, expensive cars, expensive watches. There are those who say these are some of the traits that makes people think, wait a minute, is this a pastor in the real sense of it? Why do you exhibit those traits?
Well, I'm a pastor, but I'm also Tobi first. Okay. So I'm not sure about expensive clothes. I just wear clothes. Okay. And like every other person who put on their clothes and go to parties or wherever they go to, I put on clothes. But most importantly, in the BBC documentary in 2020, they explored. They came to my house to see the work we're doing. They were in my house for many days. That is real investigation. And then contacted to know, why do you do these things? And I said to them, again, when we came, we saw how the drug dealers attracted a lot of young people. We wanted to divert their attention from drug dealers to leaders who are effective in the community. And it's produced the results we wanted. We took 63 knives off the street in 2018. We doubled that in 2019. And that is double the figure of what the Metropolitan Police are doing. My system is my system. My look is my look. I don't want to be someone else. I don't want to dress like them. And I said on BBC, what is the price of a clothes to private jet? So a person, and I'm not disputing however a person decides to spend their money, but what is a clothes to a jet? Really? What is it close to the crown the Catholic Pope wears? It's $10 million.
Let me ask you, you've been seen at nightclubs where perhaps those who say these are places you often find unbelievers. And then those who will say, does this portray what you preach? A pastor in a nightclub dancing to worldly music, as people would describe it? How do you explain such?
First of all, I've never been seen in a nightclub. That is the figment of the imagination of certain people. I've never been seen in a nightclub. It's not happened once before. I've been seen in restaurants with some of my friends who are musicians from Nigeria. They come, we go eat, but certainly not in a nightclub. However, I must also point out that those who are well do not need physicians. I've had a 20-year record of staying true to the message of Christ that we preach. We've seen many lives change. We've raised leaders. Our houses, we have 50 houses across the nation. You will see young, God-fearing pastors. Last week, Sunday, we ordained about 32 new young pastors with a standard of conduct. So, and that is because they've been following their leaders. Some of them are top scientists in the nation, and some of them CEOs. Well, I took them from prison. I took them from gangs. That is the thing people should focus on.
There are those who will say, if you are a true Christian leader, you need to have someone who has mentored you or someone who is seen as your spiritual father. Who is yours?
That's my father. I have a father. I have a biological father, Prophet Dr. Adegboyega. I follow the Pentecostal move very much. And there are names I don't want to mention, but I have a father. I grew up. I preached my first message at the age of 8, and I've been preaching the same thing ever since then. So if I still believe the concept of spiritual father as portrayed by the Nigerian church, I'm not sure I do so. But I have people that I talk to, people that I weigh doctrine, people that I debate doctrine with to know what is sound and what is not sound. And I'm always open to correction.
Are you worried that sometimes your message is seen as negating your lifestyle, the manner in which your association with people? Are you confusing people in the manner you move?
No, actually, if people were true to the gospel of Christ, they will realize that they call them friends of sinners. That's what is in the Bible, isn't it? Friends of sinners and all these things. And that's his name. And he spoke to a generation. He said, what should we do with this generation? He said, when we came, the Son of Man came dancing and eating. You call them names. Another one came, Elijah came, and he was in the wilderness looking boring, looking whatever way you want to call it. And they still didn't accept it. So I can't be concerned about how people view things. But the fact of the work is, if you come close to us, you'll see the result. The country cannot deny it. There is no prime minister that can deny it. There is no leader in this nation right now that can deny the result of the work we've done. When the Metropolitan Police leadership came to the church, that was about 3 years ago, they sat down, they went to church, it's public knowledge. They asked us to come. Normally, dignitaries go to church to associate in UK, to associate with black people. No, they came to learn. They invited me to teach them, then they came to learn.
Let me ask you, is Park Nation a cult group?
It is not a cult group. Cults don't operate in the open. We operate in the open.
Apart from your father, whom you say is your spiritual mentor, who in Nigeria is also one person that you would say you are modeling your lifestyle or your ministry after?
I'd rather not model. I love them all, and I'm sure we have a movement that is fading away. We have a movement that is passing away. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just that there are new frontiers. The people that are there now, they were new frontiers, and I stand on the path that there is a change needed, and we're all standing for the change, the remodeling of the church, because I believe in the church of Christ. However, I also believe that the status quo must change. And we are new frontiers for what the new church of Christ will look like.
And who are these people? You said there are a few of them that you look up to.
I don't think I'll mention them because I respect, not look up, I respect people. I respect those who lead the cause for change, societal change, not just forward change.
In 2005, you arrived in the UK.
Yeah.
But in all of these years, the UK judges have described your stay in the UK as illegal, stating that your claims about your ministry and work there are, quote, grossly inflated, quote, hyperbolic, and lack substantive evidence. How do you explain or maintain your stay without regularizing your immigration status in the United Kingdom? Are you staying illegally there?
No, and that is the misleading part of the report. We had a 7-hour tribunal, 7 hours. And in the tribunal, I was given about a few minutes to talk about any immigration stuff. They wanted to talk about Spark Nation. And we defended the honor of Spark Nation, which is not even why we were there. And so it is not illegal to still have a case in court, to put facts on the table. Judges may disagree, and they may not be wrong. But that is why we have a system that continues to query and make inquiries into things until certain facts are established. But I can assure you right now that these facts are being established, is seen more clearly, and we are winning on every side.
But in that court, you argued against deportation. If you say deportation is not a the meat of the matter. You cited community contributions and you're married to a British citizen. You said, given the tribunal's decision against you, that you are not worried. Do you believe this reflects systemic bias or your failure to present sufficient evidence?
The reason why we suspect systemic biasness is you can't say your claims are inflated without giving me the proof as to why. Your own institutions, the Metropolitan Police from the Scotland Yard, sat down in the church. Do they go to churches? Why are they there? The Metropolitan Police from the Scotland Yard gathered all the charities in the UK, the major charities, and asked them to go to Stark Nation. I wrote for the Home Office. I wrote solutions for the Home Office. I was part of the Race Disparity Committee for number 10 during Theresa May's days. Why am I there? I've never wanted to work with government. I don't like working with government on some occasions. Why are we there? When we got to Croydon, we never knew where Croydon was. When we got there, we reduced knife crime by 50%. It's on record. So if you then turn that against me and say they are inflated, I'm asking, show me the proof that they are inflated. Because we cannot just base truth on subjective matters. Truth must be backed with fact. We have facts. We have, and more than all the paperwork, we have lives. I've got the largest followership of young people still till today, after all the persecution for more than 10 years. 10 years we've been persecuted without one single proof, allegations without one indictment.
All right, guys. So this is his take on this story about his deportation. So I don't know whether he has defeated the UK court or whether the UK court will still come for him. We're still waiting to maybe hear from the United Kingdom's own side of the story. According to them, he said that all his claims are hyperbolic, overrated, inflated. In fact, everything about him has been skyrocketed on this very issue. Now, I want to move to what he said concerning this Kemi Badenoch, Kemi Badenoch. I'll be here.
Now, that standing in front of the law, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years of noise, there's nothing that can come up against us. We stand tall among the nations.
It does look to me that you have the feeling that a black man in the United Kingdom, for example, may have a bias against him or her. But if you look at what Ms. Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the opposition in the United Kingdom, said in commentaries about Nigeria, let me get your views on some of the things that he said. For someone who also growing up in Nigeria, you are that experience, and you've lived in the United Kingdom for a lot of years. What do you make of Ms. Badenoch's statements and commentaries about Nigeria?
I completely disagree with her statement. In 2023-2024, 78,000 bags snatched in the UK. In London and the UK alone, 78,000 phones snatched. So I disagree with this statement. And there is a very strong Nigerian black community in this nation. People who have been fighting for people like the leader of the opposition that you just mentioned, for people like her to get to that position. People like Nimzo Bonge, MBE, OBE, they've been fighting on the street. They were at funerals when our kids are killed in the UK. They buried kids, three kids from same parents. And we asked the question, when the community, Nigerian community, go through all these things in the UK, where are these voices? They've been fighting. The Windrush, which has to do with Jamaicans, people have been fighting before a black person of black heritage can ascend to those seats. So we cannot dissociate from where we're coming from. And we are not denying the fact that our country have issues. But we are also not as old as as advanced economy or advanced nations like Great Britain is. But we cannot say things are all dark because it's not true. And we live on the street here. We know the streets. We know what's going on. Do you know that prisons have more black young people than schools? So there are more young black people in prisons in the UK, in Mosley Hospital mental hospitals than we have in schools. What did stagnation do? We started sending people to Harvard, Cambridge. We have the highest network in Imperial College to turn the tides of these things, and they are brilliant Nigerians. So yes, our country has its own issues, but definitely not true.
All right.
What the opposition is saying.
All right, guys. So you heard all from him. I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on with him and the deportation story as he stands now. So he's still in the UK. He's not deported yet. Nothing has happened to him. And then his attorney or lawyer or counsel has filed an appeal against the ruling from the Home Office in the United Kingdom. Let me know what your own opinion is concerning this update. Before I go, finally, let me remind you about this tap send of an app which you can use to send money to Nigeria. Now, the good thing about this app is that it has a high rate when it comes to the exchange. Then we're also doing promo. Tap send is doing promo. If you want to get the benefit of this promo, all you have to do is just to use my promo code on the screen right there. Those in the UK are going to get £15 extra. That is on top of the money that you're sending because of the Christmas season. Then those in Europe using euro, you are going to get 15 euros on top of the money that you're sending. Those in Canada and USA, you are getting $30. And those in Dubai also are not left out. So this transaction is completely free on your first time. Okay, you can download the app from Google Play or App Store. That's it. I'll see you guys on my next video. Please share it and stay true. God bless you.